couple of weeks ago, I was having a conversation with one of my best friends about money, and she mentioned to me that no matter how many times she tries, she seems to just never stick to her budget. She will start out all well and good at the beginning, but as the month progresses, everything just seems to fall apart. So I thought this would be a very good topic to discuss in today's video, to share with you some of the reasons why budgets fail. This is something that I mentioned to her, and I thought I share this with my audience as well. Hey guys, welcome to Budget with a July Dreamer. My name is Miranda, and on this channel I share everything personal finance. I talk about investing, I talk about saving, as well as budgeting. If these topics interest you, then please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into today's video because we truly need to dissect some of the reasons why budgets fail. So why do budgets fail? I have written down 5 reasons which I have personally experienced and the reasons why I found my budgets in the past failing. So the first one that I came up with that really jumped out of my mind was the fact that I made my budgets very unrealistic. So my budgets were either too restrictive, and I mean restrictive like there was little room for movement, and that really stressed me out. The second reason was that I underestimated a lot of my bills. So I could say, because I had a lot of bills that were variable, right? This is where it also gets a little bit tricky when most of your bills are variable. But I would budget, like, for example, I'm expecting my electricity to be £33 this month. I would write £33 exactly. Come next, the bill for electricity would come and it's £33.40 or £34, and I'll just be like, oh my god. And I know what you're thinking, it's only 40 pence, but when your budget is so tight, any single movement can cause something that, it can cause you to think like you're failing. So this is why I realized that for me, my budget was unrealistic. So I was being too restrictive, and I decided, what could I do to make it less restrictive? So I had to sit down and think about this. And also, I used to underestimate a lot of my bills. And what could I do to fix this? So what I decided to do is actually overestimate all of my bills. So if I knew that my internet was always £35, I would say it's £40 in my planning. Always. I always budget more. The worst thing for me that I have experienced in the past is budgeting, thinking that I've budgeted the right amount, like the exact amount, only to find that that is actually not the case. I actually have to pay more. It threw me off cute, especially when I was a beginner budgeter. This is why I encourage everybody, whether you're new to budgeting or have been doing it for many years, I say, even if you know that these are fixed amounts, there's rarely any room to change, I still say budget more, so that this way you are also creating a buffer. So this is one of the reasons I feel like a lot of budgets fail. The second reason I came up with is, copying others, not thinking about your priorities and your circumstances. I have seen this a lot, and I possibly may have been a culprit of this in the past. When I was new to the budgeting world, not pre-YouTube, this is many years ago, I spoke to somebody, they told me about the budgeting, and I was like, well, I know they earned more than me, but I was like, you know what, I could probably budget similar to them. And I started budgeting, and it became quickly very obvious to me how unrealistic that was. Why? Because I was trying to replicate her budget. I wasn't thinking about my personal circumstances, my priorities, because we had different priorities in life. I had debt, she didn't, so there was all of these little things, and the big thing being we had different circumstances. So whenever you do a budget, it has to fit your needs, around your needs, your circumstances, your priorities. It's all well and good to look at how I budget, right? I share my budget on this channel every single month. You can look at how I budget, how I put things, how I categorize them, but at the end of the day, not everything is going to be applicable to you. My income may not be your income. You might be earning less, you may be earning more. My saving goals may not be the same saving goals as you, but if you try to copy exactly number for number what I do, you will fail unless we're in the same situation. Our circumstances and our priorities are aligned. So that is the second reason why I think budgets fail. The third reason I came up with is a lot of budgets do not have miscellaneous category. And I don't know how many times I have to say this, and I have to say it to my friend. Your budget lacks miscellaneous, and your life seems to be a series of miscellaneous things happening. And miscellaneous does not get the credit that it deserves, because if you blow your budget in one category, 90% of the time the miscellaneous category can cover it. And sometimes maybe you have a subscription, which subscriptions are the ones that take the fall all the time when we're giving these examples. But maybe you have a subscription that you forgot about, and that month all of a sudden that bill comes and you're like, oh, I forgot. I didn't plan for this. Your miscellaneous category will catch that. Okay, so this is why it's so important to keep miscellaneous in your budget as a category. Always have miscellaneous. You don't have to budget £100, $100 for miscellaneous. You could do as little as $10, £10, whatever it is. Always have a miscellaneous category. The fourth reason is that many people, as part of making the budgets restrictive and unrealistic, they make the budget not fun. I mean, if you look at my budget, I love my budget. Why? Because I've built fun into it. I've got a category for recreation. So that is Now TV, that is Disney Plus, Spotify. I have created that into my budget because, first of all, I've said this before, I am not giving up Olaf. I love watching Disney and I'm not giving that subscription up. I save money every single month in my sinking fund so that I'm able to pay for the annual subscription. So throughout the year, I'm able to watch it. My niece, my nephew, and all my freeloaders are able to watch. So this is something that I've built in. Then I've built in a category for spending, personal spending, for beauty, shopping, personal growth. I have built everything in. If I felt like I needed a new book, I needed, maybe another Rich Dad Poor Dad, I needed another Common Sense Investing book, I can still do that because my budget allows for that. I have fun in there because I've included travel, and I love traveling. That's fun for me. So whenever you're doing your budget, do not neglect the importance of having fun. When you're new at it, especially when you're paying off debt, maybe your fun could just be having £15, $15 for a coffee treat every now and again. Build in fun and you will just enjoy budgeting. Okay? Don't go to an extreme and your fun is the same amount as your rent or your mortgage. No. If you can afford it, sure. But otherwise, it does not need to be. You just need to build in enough fun for you, for your current circumstances. And then as you pay off, and this is where sometimes maybe lifestyle creep might come in, but you still want to build in fun. So make sure your budget has fun. Then the final one, the fifth reason why I think people's budgets fail is because there is no commitment. Budgeting will only work if you are committed. You may not be writing every single thing down every single day, but if you're committed to it, you will succeed. So I do mid-month budget check-ins. I just finished filming that video, so you will see that video before this video. And I keep myself accountable. I look through my spending, even my fun spending. I look through all of them. I am committed because I have goals that I would like to achieve. I've got investment goals, I've got personal goals. There's a lot of things, God willing, that I would like to do in 2022. There are so many things. And because I'm committed, I'm able to track my spending. I'm able to reduce my spending. I'm able to send more towards my investment and my saving. So you need to be committed to your budget. Again, commitment does not mean being restricted. Commitment just means that you are aware, you are mindful of your spending. You are mindful of how much you're getting in, how much is going out, where it is going. Are you sending that money so that it can grow, make you more money? Or are you sending that money to fun, which is also not a bad thing? Or maybe miscellaneous things that if you really thought about it, you didn't need. So this is why it's so important that when you are budgeting, you leave room for fun. You make it flexible. You make it realistic. Make sure it meets your personal needs and priorities. Don't just copy what other people are doing. It's great to learn from people, but adapt it to your type of budgeting that meets your needs. I hope you really found this video useful. I've enjoyed making this video, and I think because I talk a lot and I was able to share all of this with my friend, I hope this is the next step that she needed. I hope this is the next step that you need as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.